to this session again. We were practicing some parts or types of pronoun. We are done with almost all the common types of pronoun. Now we'll give it a break. Don't worry, we are going in the right sequence. You don't have to work on each and every types of pronoun without understanding other parts. Okay? Yes. I hope it was all clear to you. Now we will start with our subject and object. But you might have this question that why subject and object after some types of pronouns? Because I told you, if you remember, that pronouns are subjects and objects as well in personal pronoun, right? Yes. And also subject and object are noun. So after understanding noun and pronoun, it is very important to understand this concept of a subject and an object. So in this session, I will start explaining you very well about subject. What is a subject? So if I tell you in a very vague term, I would say subject is like a soul of the sentence. Yes, it is like the soul of the whole body of the sentence. So now you may understand that how important is it in a sentence. It is in a sentence. Yes, it is very, very important. Whenever we talk about subject, one thing that we have to understand is what is the action that is happening and who is doing the action. Because of subject, you will be able to understand the verb clearly. Because of subject, you will be able to understand the whole topic of subject-verb agreement. Don't worry, don't go that deep right now. We'll understand that in future sessions. But I'm just telling you that how important a subject is in a sentence. Yes. So how would we know if there's a subject in a sentence? And above all that, how would we know what is that subject in a sentence? Don't worry. We'll know by remembering three things. The first and foremost thing that you have to remember and keep in mind is that a subject will either be a noun or a pronoun and nothing else. I'll repeat it. A subject will either be a noun or a pronoun and nothing else. Now you might have understood one thing, that what is noun, what is pronoun, we know that. So you'll be able to identify the subject now, right? Yes. But it's not the only thing that we have to think about. That okay, this is noun or this is pronoun, so that means this is my subject. No. Dear, it is more than that. The second pointer that you have to click on or focus on, or you have to identify a proper subject, is that we talk about. Subject is either the doer of the action or someone or something that we talk about. Listen to me more. Subject is either the doer of the action. I'm speaking, you are listening. Yes, doers of the action. Or someone or something that we talk about. Yes. So that is second point of the subject. While you will identify a subject in a sentence, you have to focus on this. What is the third and most important part of a subject? Subject will always give you the answer either for who or for what. Yes. Whenever you will have a sentence in front of you and you will change that sentence in a question, put in who or what there. And it will give you either of the answers for sure. Now these are the three pointers that we identified to identify a subject. Let's take an example. Hina is speaking. Can you make the question? Who is speaking? Yes. Is it giving the answer of who? Hina is speaking. Exactly. Who is the doer of the action? Hina. Is Hina a noun or a pronoun? Noun. Do you think all the 3 pointers are qualifying? Yes, all the 3 pointers that I told you must qualify to identify a subject in a sentence. I have given you an example here as well. What is the example? Ria is reading a book. Can you ask a question? Who is reading a book? And can you get the answer? Yes, Exactly. Okay, who's the doer of the action here? Ria. Yes. Is Ria noun? Exactly. And who's the topic of discussion here? Ria is the topic of discussion. Ria is someone that we are talking about. All the 3 pointers are qualified here? Yes, you did great in identifying your subject. But is it always that easy? Like you checked all the 3 pointers, you could identify a subject. What if I say that my mother and I? What if I say Ram and Rohan? Will it get confusing? It may get confusing. It's not always that straightforward to identify a subject in a sentence. So, there are 2 types of subjects that we'll be focusing on in a sentence. First is a simple subject. Like I was telling you, Hina is speaking. Yes, that is simple. Hina is a noun, doer of the action, someone we are talking about, and we are done. The second pointer or the second types of subject is compound subjects. For example, Ria and Ram together would be a compound subject. Yes. Ria and Ram both are studying. There you have to identify a compound subject. More than one subject. Yes, that is possible in a sentence. Think about it in a very short and vague manner. Do you think only one person can do the action? No, right? There can be more. There can be 2 people doing the same action. Exactly. There can be 2 people focusing on the same art and they are picturing the same thing. They are painting the same painting. Right? Yes. So both are doers. Both are nouns or pronouns. Both are that we are talking about. That is compound subject. It is not that hard. It can be a bit complicated sometimes, but you have to first focus it on your mind that it is not always one subject we have to identify in a sentence, but mostly one. Okay? Now what you will do? You know the 3 pointers that we have discussed? You will identify a subject in any sentence that you think about. And all the 3 pointers must qualify. And if all the 3 pointers are qualifying, congratulations, you found your subject in any sentence in this whole world. In English. Okay? Yes. So practice it more. In the next session, I'll talk about object and I will clarify object for you in the same and easy manner. Don't worry, you get that. Till then, take care.